Dictionary.com has named 6-7, written as 6-7 or 6-7, as the 2025 word of the year. The term is not a word. Conventionally, it's slang, and its meaning is fluid, to put it lightly. It doesn't really translate to anything. It just appears to signify a mood, a shrug-style response, rather than convey a fixed definition. Now, 6-7 was used by younger speakers, teens and tweens especially, as an interjection. So the dictionary explains it can mean so-so, or maybe this, or maybe that, or simply, I'm in on the joke. Its origins are murky, with a viral youth basketball clip, a rap lyric from Skrilla, the Doot Doot 6-7, and reference to NBA players Melo Ball, who's 6'7", as mentioned. The choice signals how fast slang and digital culture can hop from social media to mainstream language tracking. Now, 6-7 saw a sharp uptick in usage in searches in 2025, 6 times more mentions in October than the same term in 2024 because of the viralness of the term, we'll call it, per dictionary.com. For language strategists and communicators, it underscores the increasing influence of Gen Alpha culture and meme-driven phrases into everyday language. But from a strategic view, brands and creators are needing to stay alert to how slang, like 6-7, can signal mood, subculture, belonging, or a generational tone of use. If you're using it or asking people if you should, demands of authenticity are there. Forced usage can backfire. My kid had a sleepover last weekend, and 6-7 was all over the place, along with no cap. I have no idea what they were talking about. I'm sure there was something with me. But on the other hand, if you're capturing the wave of early offers, the relevance and cultural resonance of this, you are in the right place for a little 6-7. There is a risk. If the term fades quickly, as many of these things sort of do, content anchored by it can cause data fast. Remember demure last year? Yes, demure was the word for a while, and now we're not so demure anymore. But a word like 6-7, which actually is not a fixed word with a meaning, also communicates power in its ambiguousness. The fact that it means nothing means it's a gesture that works in so many places, even if it's not clear what you're actually saying. For the older people like me who have no idea what they're talking about, and outside niche groups who also have no idea what they're talking about, it may confuse or alienate rather than engage. And while it reflects youth culture, brands must adjust to whether it aligns with their voice and their audience. Here's the thing. I am old, and I'm okay with that. And because I am old, I understand that back in the day, when saying back in the day was even good, but back in the day, there was terms, there was slang, there was things that were said by folks of my generation, X specifically, that make no sense to anyone now, and made no sense to my parents at the time, and made little sense to my kids going forward. Listen to my kids, listen to my music is like, literally putting myself up and asking myself to be hit in the head with a hammer. It's painful. But then, the kids these days do what kids do in their days. Say things like 6-7 with no meaning and go for it because the memes. The meaning is vague. So using 6-7 risk appearing unauthentic when you use it out of place because you're an old guy who doesn't know where it goes. Trust me, I'm not doing it. But if you're down with the slang and can talk the language of the kids, no cap and all that, 6-7 may be the word for you. And per dictionary.com, it's the word of the year. Do you have a better word for 2025 other than 6-7 or 6-7? Let me know in the comments.